even if you're pain-free now. So even if you're fine now, all it takes is for one wrong move. So one reaching down in the cupboard to grab something and bam, that trigger point has now turned into a spasm. It's torn, you've got inflammation, you've got chronic pain, and then the cycle goes on. So your muscles would become a lot tighter, a lot shorter, a lot more restrictive, a lot less function. So therefore, you're going to be more likely to be at risk of injury. You're going to be more likely to tear something. You're more likely to have less mobility. You won't be able to push yourself as hard. So there's all sorts of reasons why you will have issues further down the track if you don't do anything about it. So if you think about all of our muscle fibers, and if you can imagine it like a grain of wood. So you've got all these little fibers, and then you've got these little knots in the grain of wood that symbolize a trigger point. Imagine that trigger point. It's so irritable, it's tight, and as it swirls in and becomes really tight and uncomfortable, what it actually does, it pulls all the muscle fibers in on themselves. So it tightens, it shortens, and they're not going to function as well as they should. Then I'm going to lead to pain, discomfort. It's going to ache when I go to use that area. And that's exactly what happens throughout the whole body with trigger points. So if you think about you're running along and you go to roll your ankle, as you go to roll your ankle, for example, your muscle fibers will spasm so much to save you from breaking that joint, right? To save the bones from breaking, to save the ligaments from stretching. Everything is going to stiffen, tighten, and shorten to protect you. And that's your body's natural reaction. What else happened when I was doing this? And you can actually get really good at doing this yourself. You can palpate areas yourself and find tender spots. You can find the knots where the pain is intense. You can draw on yourself and you can really focus on those areas, even just by applying compression. And when I say compression, even just pressing in with a thumb, using a tool or something at home to help you relax that area. What I want your brains to think about is that every time you push your body, every time you injure yourself, anytime you stretch or do something outside what is considered safe for your body and you're feeling a pinch or you're feeling a tighten or a spasm, you need to think about the whole area because you need to focus on a whole area. 1 or 2 or 3 needles is really not going to do it. So if you're finding you're not having much success with it, but you're also finding that there's only using a couple of needles, then that could be your reason why. It's not that dry needling hasn't worked for you. It's just that you haven't had enough needles or your therapist hasn't focused on that whole area or wide area as much as another therapist might. Now, in my experience, there are lots of different therapists that do dry needling. The ones that are most successful at it have a bit of a sixth sense of where the problems are because they've been used to palpating areas for so long. I could honestly do it in my sleep. I know exactly what muscles to look for depending on where the pain is, but I'll also use lots of acupuncture needles. So if you're going to have sessions with dry needling, I'd highly recommend you have a treatment plan at home for rolling out your muscles. So either you have a foam roller or a vibrating massage roller, like our relaxer pulse, that you can use at home to really drill down into those areas, to roll them out so that if you've got any soreness or trigger points, you're resolving them straight away because you can treat them as well at home. You can treat superficial ones. You might need help with the more deeper ones, but if you can get rid of the surface trigger points, it's a lot easier for your health professionals to dive deep and get some of those deeper trigger points as well. So I really want you to start to think I'm all about prevention and I'm about teaching you how to make sure you maximize your longevity, how you can keep training, working harder, being fit. Then you really need to focus and have a story around how you're handling your muscles. And that could be as much as seeing a podiatrist or a physio every 6 months for a checkup and then trying things at home. It doesn't have to be crazy, but you just want to make sure you're finding anything before it becomes problematic because it's so much harder to treat things when we've had them for a long period of time. And it's so much easier if we're proactive, if we're making sure that all of our muscles are in alignment, if we're functioning the best way that we can, if our muscles are long, if they're functioning to their maximum capacity, then we're less likely to have injuries and issues. So if anything else, I hope you get out of this today that if you want to have a long, strong, supported body throughout your life, definitely try acupuncture at some point. Dry needling is so powerful. It's such an incredible modality. It changed my life with my jaw pain when nothing else would. And it's changed the lives of so many of my patients because it is so powerful. So I highly recommend you try it if you haven't already. And especially if you have niggles or you've had an injury, always try it because there's always other areas in your body that have been affected by that injury and not just where you're feeling the pain. And if you have any other topics you would love me to deep dive into, like this one, please let me know. Just jump into my DMs, let me know at rachel.ferguson on Instagram, and I will happily deep dive into these topics with you.